Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. Good Saturday morning to you. This is the VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook. This will be valid for the rest of today, Saturday through next Friday, August the 21st. We have benign thunderstorm activity this Saturday afternoon, and again likely on Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons and evenings, and along about Friday as well. This will be mainly locally heavy rainfall and lightning concerns, absent any stronger wind fields aloft, and it looks like relatively benign thunderstorms. A big deal this week will be the heat indices. This will feel like midsummer conditions, especially Monday through Thursday. This will be increasing electrical demand. We're looking at dry project weather days, basically Sunday and Monday, and then along about Thursday, the tropics remain quiet. We're looking at the GFS ensemble model out of centered on Burlington, and today's shower and thunderstorm activity looks like under 3/10, 3/500 of an inch or so. And then we have a couple dry days, as we'll see basically Sunday and Monday support a cap of a warm layer cap aloft that'll cause the afternoon buildups that'll form to not become thunderstorms. So we're not anticipating any precipitation. This all comes back at us along about Tuesday, and this will probably last into Wednesday. And then thereafter, a relatively unsettled stretch, models not having a good time of trying to figure out what's going on. Speaking of models, this is the skill of the European and GFS model, and what you can see is what you want to see is everything close to 1, and 0.9 is not bad, 0.95 is real good modeling. However, you might notice that the time frame here, the GFS and the European model has taken a bit of a dive. This is going back to the parts of June, late June, through the month of July, the month of August, so far through about the 16th. And you can see this is generally good forecasting, high skills from the modeling, mid-range modeling, the GFS and the European. However, you can see that it's taken a pretty much of a nosedive, and this is always scary to see, meaning not very high skills for the GFS model, and we're kind of taking a little bit of a downslide here in accuracy. I think this has a lot to do with the El Nino that's taking place right now, as well as kind of a pretty much a northern hemispheric-wide change to much warmer weather for the eastern coast and more unsettled conditions that'll be heading for the west coast and maybe even some rainfall. So despite the fact that we have conditions that will be fairly moist in terms of humidity and warmth, not excessive rainfall to be expected. Places across the upper Midwest where the main action is going to be, south and west of the Great Lakes, Central Plains, Northern Plains, this will be pretty much the area. And we're about an inch, anywhere from a ½ inch to about an inch here locally across northern New England, Vermont, upstate New York. So not a big deal. And again, this is the Water Prediction Center's 7-day total accumulated precipitation. And this is the European model with the dailies here, every 6-hour increment. This is valid about 2 o'clock this afternoon. You can see relatively light precipitation. Widely scattered showers and thunderstorms will develop, and we'll see that linger basically into the late part of the day, and then poof, it's all gone after 8 o'clock. So no precipitation to be expected really this evening. Things dry out very nicely. Note a lot of ridging higher pressure. This is going to be giving us our drier and even warmer weather, kind of an extension of the Bermuda high, and that is always good for some warmth, and it looks like that's going to be the main influence here, is we're finally going to see an area of higher pressure, something we really haven't seen very much this summer last for this long. The Bermuda high at that. We are into the dog days of summer, and if anything, we're looking at midsummer-like conditions. One of these daily temperatures, the daily weather, we're looking at precipitation that starts to work on in toward Tuesday morning, late Monday night, Tuesday morning, and then you get showers and thunderstorms. It looks like on Tuesday they flare up, but nothing really exceptional, and wind fields aloft look like they're going to be relatively benign. So today, Saturday afternoon and early evening, as well as Tuesday into Wednesday, not really looking at anything major here. A lot of the storm tracks are going to be working off to our west, and we're going to be controlled really under the influence of that area of higher pressure. That's going to put a little bit of a lid on our expected precipitation. It's going to keep temperatures warmer than normal, and it's also going to keep humidity in place. So heat indices are going to be with us all week long as it looks now. Now, as we get into Thursday, should be a good day. It looks like our next real dry project weather day. That follows basically Sunday and Monday. And then we get into Friday's weather system looks like an old cold front that will try to basically wash out. And you might notice that modeling here is a little bit down the road. Would not trust it really around 7 days. Just to prove the point, this is what it thought just 12 hours ago. So you can see there's quite a disparity. And this typically has been kicking in roughly about 6 or 7 days, and without exception. And we're looking at heat indices here. This will be valid on Sunday, and we get into about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Mainly the southern parts of Connecticut River Valley. We get into the day on Monday, and you can really see it start to flare up. And we're looking at feel-like temperatures in the areas around 90 degrees, some parts of the Connecticut River Valley. And then on Tuesday, not as much, but still some pretty good heat indices. Then on Wednesday, once again, some heat indices, with Monday being the worst or the warmest. And then on, as we get into Thursday, we start to see that still kind of lingering. And this is, of course, way down the road here. And we can see that on, it looks like on Thursday. There you go, 21Z, that would be about 5 o'clock. That's pretty significant with 90s throughout Montreal, back into the Ottawa Valley. These are the feel-like temperatures. Max temperature anomalies, daytime highs, rated from normal. We're looking at anywhere from 9 to 12 degrees above normal. Cooler indices across parts of the Midwest, warm up out west, so some kind of a frontal system here, and this is where the main action is going to be, and that seems to line up well. Now, looking at 3 days later, this would be valid going into this next weekend. We're still seeing warmer than normal temperatures across the northeast United States. Probably some rain-cooled precipitation working in from an ocean system, and not a whole lot of change. Still relatively warm out west and the northeast. So temperature is definitely headed toward more like midsummer conditions as we get into that 85-degree realm on Sunday afternoon. Above 85, that 85 to 90-degree realm with higher heat indices as well. And it just kind of stays there, but we see a little bit of a downslide. I want to show you a quick shot of the dew point temperatures as well. And not a whole lot of change. We're looking at dew point temperatures holding right around 65 degrees, hot and humid weather without very much relief. This is going to go on for quite some time, at least into Thursday. A little bit of a departure there, heading down in a little bit refreshing as we get into maybe late in the week. And looking at the European model, a little bit more accurate, I believe, at least past about 4 days. You're looking at temperatures at least into the mid-80s. And typically this is a biased cool, so you can probably add 3 or 4 degrees on top of that. So this pushes it very close to 90 degrees on basically Monday into Tuesday. And you're looking at pretty much in the mid-80s on Wednesday. And then check this out. Thursday is really spiked up. So we're looking at potentially 90-degree days with higher heat indices with this particular setup here. Tropics remain very quiet. We're not seeing anything of any worry about that. And overlaying sea surface temperatures, the only active tropical systems are out in the Pacific, and this continues to be a trend. The Atlantic is pretty much dead with that subtropical jet stream blowing the tops off any major thunderstorms that work off of the coast of Africa and try to move westbound. However, the area between Bermuda roughly and Florida, this is the area that we still need to keep a close eye on for any kind of tropical storm formation. Right now, things look all quiet. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.